ألم أعهد إليكم يا بني آدم ألا تعبدوا الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين وأن يعبدون.
I'm in Turkey, where there are huge debates going on about the role of religion in public life. The country is 99% Muslim but remains staunchly secular. However, the situation is changing. I've been brought here as part of an organised tour that's been paid for by the Education Dialogue charity, a body based in London. They've brought us here to show us the work of the fastest growing movement in Turkey, the Gulen Movement.
Fethullah Gulen is an Islamic scholar and writer based in the US. His ideas have inspired his followers to open hundreds of schools, newspapers, a TV station and hospitals in Turkey, as well as educational institutes abroad.
All over the world, there are educational institutions that have been developed along his ideas of educational method, founded by those inspired by his ideas.
Once there is a school in a particular given place, that is the end result of really a lot of community work there already. So the community volunteers, as we call them, or the Gulen Movement as academics call them, have already been there for a number of years working within the community because the money and the funding is often raised from the local businessmen.
We were taken to a couple of schools in Istanbul to see the Gulen values in action. The schools are fee-paying, at the top of National League tables, and there are no overt religious symbols in them.
They don't teach Islam in these classrooms. They teach those values that are at the heart of all religions and faiths and the universal values that we all aspire to through example. So you have these teachers who are very committed, very motivated, who are well educated, but who can also read the Quran and pray 5 times a day. I cannot tell you how influential that is.
I write here, which one? Orange.
What are the differences between this school and a private school that's not inspired by Gulen's teachings?
Milli eğitim diğer okullarla birincisi velilerin güveni, öğrencilere daha ilgili olmaları, öğretmenlerin bu konuda daha gayretli, azimli olmaları, velilerle ve öğrenciler daha iyi diyalog kurmaları.
What's your favorite subject?
Chess. Chess is part of the national curriculum and it's compulsory from the age of 4. These kids look like they're about 7 or 8 years old, so they must be pretty good at it now. And there are a couple of textbooks as well about how to play chess. And I think the fact that they've got their own chess room, I mean, I don't even think you'd find this in the best fee-paying school in England.
It was a similar story at the Anefen school in Umraniye, where the children sing the national anthem at the start and end of the school week. Gulen schools are now opening up in Pakistan, Afghanistan and the Balkans, where Gulen's values have been described as offering a gentler form of Islam.
Because they're clever, they expect much more from you, all the parents and students. We cannot ignore parents also. We have to give them our religious values and we pay attention to it, maybe much more from the other schools.
The thing about these Gulen schools is that they're fantastically well funded, they're brand new, they've got amazing facilities, and if I were a parent, I wouldn't see anything sinister about sending my child to one of these schools. Academically, they outperform pretty much everybody in the city and possibly the country. So the question is, why is Gulen causing so many people so much concern?
Pope John Paul II, the chief rabbi,
Gulen's promotion of interfaith dialogue and moderate Islam has been welcomed by the West, but it's often criticised closer to home by secularists.
The secular liberals would think positively about him because Gulen preaches a message in which democracy is appreciated. He's in favor of pluralism. He's in favor of a secular state as far as it grants religious freedom. There are other secularists who think any religion on the public square is a threat, a danger, and they are quite alarmed by Gulen and the power of his movement.
The Zaman group of newspapers is another Gulen-inspired enterprise producing the highest circulating newspaper in the country. I wanted to find out where they stood on the separation of church and state.
We do believe that religion should have more space in the public space to represent or present itself. The religious symbols, garments, rituals should be able to be expressed within the society.
The Gulen movement is keen not to be seen as politically affiliated, though some liken it to the ruling AK party. Both support the choice of expressing one's religion in public life, and they represent an emerging conservative middle class. At home, the movement's future seems guaranteed by its large following in key sectors, and perhaps its growing status abroad will make it the face of modern Islam.